Hi, my salty pecans! Thank you for joining me tonight on tonight's HauzPlant and cocktails. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I know I'm going live a little later than I have been because I just had other things to do right after work. So instead of me either rushing um, here to actually not do a live or not doing a live at all, I decided to just push back the time and come at 8. So I'm just going to quickly go ahead and check on my end to just make sure everything's good to go. All right. Hi, my loves. Woo! It is burning up in here. It is so hot. I don't know if you can hear a fan. You probably see the movement of the leaves, the movement of my shirt. It's so hot. I need a fan. I need something in order to operate in this room. I'm boiling hot. So I forgot an ingredient for tonight's houseplant and cocktail. Tonight I wanted to do so during the week I was thinking about what drink should I make? What cocktail am I gonna make? I get actually really excited to come for Fridays. Like I really enjoy doing lives on Fridays. I love the interpersonal aspect of it. Of course, I can pre-film, edit, upload, yes, but I like to actually chat live with y'all instead of me waiting for you all to comment. You're here with me. Hi, Deborah. Hi, CJ. Happy Friday. Oh my gosh. So tonight's houseplant and cocktail, I was thinking like all week, I'm like, what should I make? What should I make? Again, I want to stick with the summery theme. I want something just refreshing. And today of all days is the perfect day for me to make a frozen margarita. And I don't want just a basic frozen margarita. I think I did make a frozen margarita with you twice already. I think I made one from scratch, and then the second one I actually made with a pre-mixed margarita mix. But I don't want to do just a regular margarita. I'm like, ooh, my friend actually suggested that since I pause. Since earlier this week, sorry, pause. So many thoughts in my head and they're like getting jumbled, right? I went earlier this week to the store. So I'm someone I like instant gratification. I'm not a big fan of like online shopping because I have to wait for my products to get delivered. But with instant gratification, I can go in bloop, and get what I want. So I've been seeing the last few years these videos where people eat fruit and they just like load it up with like this red sauce, right? And then they put some tahini on it. And I'm like, what is this? Like, I want to know what it tastes like. When people like post things and you're like, oh my gosh, I really am like so curious, like what it tastes like. So that red sauce that I was talking about. Hi, Miss Lady June. Welcome. The sauce is actually chamoy. So I went to the store, I picked up like a chamoy, and I tried to find like the cleanest ingredient one. This one, so they had a couple different ones which were like 0 calories, right? But the ingredients were not like this. So the ingredients in this one is water, salt, sugar, chili peppers, citric acid, and like some red dye, right? The other ones were like high fructose and a whole bunch of other chemicals. So this one was, in regards like ingredients wise, cleaner. But obviously anything that's bottled, processed, preserved is not clean. But this is ingredients why I rather eat something with sugar than high fructose corn syrup. Okay. So that was my long story. So I'm going to make a mango margarita. I bought the chamoy. I bought the I had tahini already, but I don't use it a lot, so it coagulated. Is that the word I'm looking for? It just solidified. So I had to get a new one. And I had mine with actually watermelon. So I like did like the videos and then and I was like and it was so sour and tangy and like spicy and sweet. It was just like the combination of the flavors was good. So now that I have this, because I'm instant gratification and they don't sell this in a smaller size, I have like this 33.8 ounce bottle of chamoy. And I'm like, what can I use this in? We're gonna make a mango margarita. Deborah says, ooh, do mango marg. That actually sounds really good. Not mango, you said coconut margarita. I do actually have this. Pause. Please hold for the information. Okay. So I could probably do a coconut margarita because I bought coconut milk. I have coconut milk, but I'll leave it for maybe next week then. Maybe next week. I'm gonna use this for like my cooking though. So we're gonna do mango margarita, and the ingredients. I thought I was a little bit more prepared than I actually am right now. All right, I'm sorry, y'all. Give me 5 seconds. Let me go and grab a cup, which is on the counter, and some ice. All right, I have it, of course, flower motif and my glass. So let me bring you all closer. All right. Feeling a little delirious, like things are not as Virgo organized as they usually are. Apologies. My apologies. Okay. One more thing I need. I need a knife. Okay. Hi, Salty Pecan. So welcome to HauzPlant and Cocktail Friday Night Live. Tonight we're making a mango margarita. And the ingredients that you actually need for your mango margarita, I'm doing a frozen mango margarita. Of course, you're going to need a device to blend, right? You need something to crush your ice. Since it's frozen, I have ice cubes. I have the star of the show, which actually are some very sweet mangoes that I pre-cubed. I have my mixer, which is a margarita mix. This one is sweeter than I like. I like sweet things, but I'm not a big fan of sweet, overly sweet. So I have a lime to add a bit of tartness to it. My alcohol for my margarita is tequila. And since I want to fancy it up, I'm going to do a rim job of tahini stuck on by some chamoy. Okay? And of course, you need your glass to drink and your knife to cut the lime. And I'm using this plate to put the tahini so I can just rim my glass. Okay? So let's get into it. Really simple, really easy. I'm going to be eyeballing everything. So if you're looking for precise measurements, not today, my friend. Not today. Not today. Okay. Okay, maybe I'll do one shot. Let's do a shot. We'll do just a shot. So I'm gonna start off with the ice that's slowly melting because it's about like 95 degrees right now in NYC. Today is July 28th. Wow, I don't even know what the days are. Okay, I'm gonna add some of my mango cubes. Okay, let's. Okay, we have our mango. I am using the Jelly Belly margarita cocktail mixer. Not sponsored, but I would definitely appreciate a sponsor. Know what I'm saying? Just eyeballing just a little bit of the mixer. All right. I'll do about 2 shots of tequila to offset all the tartness and the sweetness. What is everyone having tonight for their houseplant and cocktail Friday night live? And I'm going to put about a half of this lime inside of here also. Just for a slight tartness. Okay, let's plug this in. Turn this off. Plug this in. Okay, and done. All I'm gonna do is blend. Okay, so as you might have seen, while this was blending, I just rimmed my glass with some tahini and chamoy. And I added a little bit more chamoy inside. And to top, y'all, I'm sorry, this looks hella professional. Okay. It looks so cute. Oh my gosh, look at the sweat. Look at the sweat on my face. I have to turn the fan off. Hold on. Just let's give it a taste test. Cheers, salty peeps. Clink. Let me share with y'all the pretty side. Clink. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Perfect. 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 So that was our houseplant and cocktail of tonight. So I hope you are enjoying your drinky drink. Let me unplug this. Let's put this over here. Let's put this over here. And let's move this out of the way. Go ahead and plug this here. Turn the fan back on. I'm sweating. I'm so hot, guys. I'm so hot. That was painful. Those were the most painfulest, like 5-10 minutes, okay, of no air. Okay. Oh, no drinks tonight, Deb. Oh, next time. And also, please drink responsibly. Please drink if you're in the United States. Make sure you're 21 and over. If you're in a country that allows 18 and above, cool. But if you're in America, please drink responsibly, okay? And also, your beverage doesn't have to be alcoholic either. You know, you can like make a mocktail. So you can make exactly what I just made. Just skip the tequila. Okay. Because at one point, like at some point, I want to do this obviously like continuous, but I want kids in the future, right? And I might be doing these lives prego. So I'll probably do houseplant and mocktails. So don't worry. And maybe someday I don't want to drink alcohol on a Friday. And I'll make a mocktail. I'll be inclusive. This is so good. The tartness of the rim. This is so good. Perfect. Woo! So, salty peeps, I'll do my little quick catch up. I probably keep my weekly catch up today really short. Not really much for me to share. I've just been, of course, on top of being consistent with getting to work on time. And I love how that's something that I mentioned that I have to work on because it's something that I do. And I've been, on myself about it. Like, girl, get up. Like, don't snooze that alarm clock. Like, you don't need 2 hours to get ready in the morning. And that's what I like just tell myself, like, Pam, you don't need an hour and a half to get ready. Okay. Like, relax. Calm down, gal. Calm down. All right. So I've been getting to work. It's just been hot. My job right now is kind of like a schoolwork thing. So we're not really working. We're just learning about the whole system. Okay. We're learning about the laws of this country, the logistics. Pretty much, I'm pretty much like in a law school without me being in a law school. Okay. Yeah. So actually, sidebar. I wanted to become a lawyer. I still want to become a lawyer. That's like my dream one day is to become a lawyer. I wanted to become a lawyer since I was a child. I shared that dream with my dad. I think maybe I was like 9 or 10. And he shut it down so hard. He was just like, girl, don't become a lawyer. Lawyers don't make money. So I never like attempted to go that path. But that's something I would love to be a lawyer. I think that's everyone's like, girl, you'd be a great lawyer. And I'm like, internally, I'm like, that's actually what I want. But anyways, TMI. So week's been good. Getting to work on time. Learning. Trying to cool down. Still single. Not dating. Life's good. Making money. Making money and just enjoying my life. Mm. So for plant related videos, it's really hot. So I'm gonna like try not to stay on too long tonight. I'm just really hot. I wanna hop in the shower and just cool down. Like, and I also want to take my hair out tonight. This style is coming out. This is the last time you're seeing this style. Um, and now that I think about it, I'm gonna, yes, this style is coming out, but all right, this is gonna be so funny. I'm just gonna tell you all what I'm gonna do. Since I have been asked countless times now, right? Countless times for me to do a house tour. Last house plant tour, last Friday, I mentioned that I was going to have the house plant tour up before the end of July, and it's the 28th, and I'm still gonna keep my word, right? So let me share you what I'm gonna do. Since I plan on taking my hair out, obviously, I I personally wouldn't want to start filming with like my hair undone. So I'm just going to film the intro and outro for the houseplant tour tonight. Okay, and the rest of the houseplant tour, I probably won't show my face. I'm just gonna show the plants, just to avoid not filming the whole video because tomorrow my hair is gonna be like half out, half undone. So yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a little insider secret. So plant related content for tonight's live, as you've seen by the title. Um, yes, Black Girl Magic time. So I have a Zamiococcus zamifolia Zenzi, okay, and I've had this ZZ Zenzi since 2021. I actually got this Zenzi during one of like the plant swap meet and greets that I went to with I went to this plant swap in 2021. My mind is blanking. But anyways, I got this at the plant swap meet and greet, and this has been living in my office since then, right? I'm at a new job, right? I've been out of my old job for a month now. You know, I left that job at the end of June. So I brought all the plants home that were in my old cubicle, my old office. And this buddy is not getting the treatment that it wants, not really looking all that happy, like really pathetic, really sad. So look at this. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. But this branch itself is like, I just popped it off because it's no good. It's dead. It's dying. I have to just create. Ooh. All right, now it makes a lot of sense. Look at the rhizome of this plant. So I'll share you a healthy rhizome and I'll compare it to this rhizome, right? So the rhizome is the root system of certain plants. When you think of ginger, okay, like ginger itself, that's a rhizome. Pause, please hold. Okay. I like to show examples when I speak, okay, because I'm a visual learner. All right. So this is a rhizome. Ginger, we eat. This is a ZZ plant's rhizome. Okay? Both rhizomes. Okay? So that's honey. You're like, why is she licking her finger? That's honey. So this rhizome is the power bank, essentially, like the plant. It holds lots of water, right? Lots of nutrients inside of this hard, I'm literally squeezing with all my might. You see my fingers are like bending back. This thing is hard. As you can see, this rhizome has dried out. It's depleted all of its nutrients. The shell, so the skin, this is the skin of it. And the insides of this rhizome obviously dried up so much. And that forced, this older leaf to die out. The plant, it still has other roots, right? So it has these tubular roots attached to the rhizome. Okay. So this plant, I'm going to have to create a whole new substrate mix for it off camera, not in today's video. It's just more of me talking about like the problem with the plant and my, what's the word, my treatment, my forecasted treatment. Forecasted is not the word I'm looking for, but what I plan to do with this. And I also would like to upgrade the planter pot, or yeah, I think I might have to upgrade the planter pot. So when I pull out all 3 plants from in here, it's like individual plants in separate clusters. Okay. So I'm going to have to, this is maybe like a 5-inch pot, I would probably guesstimate. Right, yeah. It's like a 5-inch. Hi, Vanessa! Welcome, welcome. So I love the Zenzi, and I have the Raven. Let me show you my ZZ Raven. My ZZ Raven is making me so proud. Please hold again. I've had this ZZ Raven for God knows how many years now. I think I got the ZZ Raven before Costa Farms got their hand on it and started to propagate it. So my Raven, I had it in the same container since I bought it, and it was declining. It was declining severely. The main reason why it was declining severely was it was cohabitating with this gorgeous, lush golden pothos, right? So they were both sharing a smaller container, a smaller pot, and the rhizome of the Raven, it was just like bursting and begging for me. Oh, I watered it earlier. Now it's like juicing on me. It was begging and pleading for a larger container, and I never gave it a larger container until I finally replanted it into here. And since then, this plant has just been going and going and going. It pushed out, I believe, this leaf. I believe it pushed this out, right? And now it's pushing this out. So if you don't own a ZZ Raven, how this plant grows, right? Essentially, it starts off lime green as so, right? It starts off very lime green, and it grows, and then it darkens. It starts to patina after a while, and that's how you get the raven color. So that's the same thing I'm gonna have to do for my Zenzi. I'm going to have to upgrade the planter pot for it in order for the plant to exhibit more growth. And since I put this Raven inside of this container, I have gotten 4 new stalks. Okay, I got this one, this fresh one, which, honest to God, please compare this leaf, okay, and compare this leaf. It's like a completely different plant, right? Completely different plant, size-wise, is what I want you to compare. Huge, 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 huge. It's huge, huge. All right. So it has this one that I showed you. It has this one popping out. And if you look even further in more, there's this one right here. This is another one that's popping up. Okay. So the Raven is really happy, and I'm really happy too for it. So we are going to try to get our Zenzi to be in the same state as the Raven. which equals repotting, giving it fresh, healthier, happier soil, something draining, well draining, but not too drying, okay? Delicious. So the only variety of the Zenzi that I don't have is just the variegated, and also the new lemon lime. Is it like the lemon lime variety that Costa Farms created? That one kind of looks like it's sick. It's like yellow and green, but those are like the only two I don't have in my collection. Is a variegated and the one that Costa Farms you can get your hands on. Okay, so that's the talk about my ZZ. Now let's really talk about this issue that I'm noticing with this particular Hoya, and it's pissing me off. All right, I'm back. So this beauty right here with all this lovely just like calcification is actually a Hoya australis Sinai. I always get this like wrong. It's Sanai, right? Sinai. I don't know. This plant, without a doubt, must have some sort of like mites because this plant, you can't see it right now, but this had maybe about like 6 new beautiful leaves just like popping out, like 2 little leaves popping out, and then like all of the sudden died. And the problem that I have with this plant is that very reason, which is I did my best to try to like save a branch because I thought the whole thing was like dying off. I saved it, I rooted, I'm trying to like root it, right? But I want to save like the parent plant. And I was like so happy after I chopped it up. I noticed that, it was pushing out so many different points of new growth, and then that's it. All that's it. So either I'm gonna have to treat this plant, and the reason I'm not doing it in the live, I really want to film these videos. I really want to film it and be very detailed about what I'm doing. So yeah, like I'm not treating it on the live today, but I'm just talking about the issue and what I plan to do to treat it. So when you do see the video, you'll probably be like, oh, okay, that's what she's talking about. So this is my Hoya australis Sinai. It definitely has some sort of mites, and the reason why I say that I think it has mites is typically when you have a plant that is unable to keep the new growth, the juvenile leaves, most likely it's some sort of pest, right? It's most likely some sort of issue with the roots that's attacking the new weak, right? The new weak leaves, right? The new growth. So as someone who's been like, growing house plants for like over a decade, there are certain things like I can like put two and two together. Like, all right, this thing has like copper dots. Oh, most likely it's it has like copper fungus. Oh, like your plant has like these lines on it. Like spots, patches. Maybe it's like thrips or leaf miner. So as a plant parent with experience with time, you kind of figure out maybe the plant might have this, maybe the plant might have that. Vanessa says she has the chameleon ZZ, which is the yellow green one that I was saying that kind of looks a little sick. What do you think about that, Vanessa? Like, is it like really like worth it? Because it's not beautiful to me. It kind of looks like there's something wrong with it. I'm not like super crazy about the look of it. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Every time I taste this, it's so good. Try this at home. The reason it's so It's because there's a bit of sweetness, right? With the salty and the tangy. Mm, mm, so good. So, what I do plan to do to treat this plant, and it's the same thing that I use to treat all of my plants to get rid of pests. Um, I'm looking for an ingredient. Give me a second. Uh, where is it? All right, I see it. Okay, so the cocktail mix that I plan on creating, even if I don't film a YouTube video for it, I'm just gonna let you all know now because I'm gonna do this off screen because I'm gonna treat it in my bathroom. This is my holy grail. Okay, this is my holy grail product. If you're a plant parent, you need this in your collection. It's the Bio Advanced Bonide 3-in-1 Insect Disease and Mite Control. This is the concentrate, and make sure you get the one that is for trees, shrubs, roses, and flowers. Okay, so pretty much it kills any and every pest, in my opinion. Okay, like obviously it won't kill like every pest. It kills whatever mites, insects that you can think of. So I'll just read to you, you know, what it really insects and mites controlled. Okay, so it controls adelgids, aphids, army worms, bagworms, beetles, box elder bugs, budworms, cankerworms, caterpillars, cinch bugs, clover mites, crickets, cucumber beetles, cutworms, earwigs, elm leaf beetles, fire brats, flea beetles, fungus gnats, grasshoppers, gypsy moth larvae, Japanese beetles, lace bugs, leaf feeding beetles, leaf feeding caterpillars, leaf grasshoppers, leaf miners, loopers, mealy bugs, midges, mites, pill bugs, plant bugs, psyllids, rose mids, rose slugs, sawflies, scale insects, crawler stages, silverfish, soul bugs, spider mites, spittle bugs, stink bugs, thrips, two-spotted spider mites, viburnum leaf beetles, webworms, weevils, and white flies. Okay, so this is my holy grail product. I love it. And I also like to do a concoction of that mixed with neem oil. So I use the Harris neem oil. I literally put like a couple of drops of this inside of a gallon container. So a couple of drops of this inside of a gallon container. And then I just follow like the measurements. It gives you like, your measurements of like how to like properly dilute your solution. So I always recommend, obviously, if you're using chemicals on a plant, please use the proper measurements, and to be on the safe side, under measure. Okay, so if it says per gallon, use 2 tablespoons. Instead of using 2 tablespoons, maybe use a tablespoon and a half, or maybe use 1 tablespoon. You know what I mean? So like under concentrated, just in case, so you don't burn your leaves. And then you're supposed to treat your plants, right? So you're not just one treatment, I'm out. No, every time you're watering it, and follow it. If it tells you to do this for a month, do it for a month, right? So for example, here it says how to use. It says dilute 5.5 tablespoons concentrate in 1 gallon of water. Okay, so if you don't have a gallon container, and you have a quart container, right? There are 4 quarts in a gallon. You're gonna, divide 5 and 1/4 tablespoons by 4, and you can adjust your measurements like that too. Another thing I recommend, I think I do have that video somewhere where it's like household items that every plant parent needs, because you need them. I recommend everyone go to like their dollar store, their convenience, store, their Five Below, and get those little plastic measuring spoons, so you can have like proper smaller measurements, okay, of products, or like get a cup measure, right, which has different sorts of like quantities, so you can keep your plant products separate from your household items. Holy Grail. I hope you enjoyed the emphasis that I had to do on the most common house plants that we struggle with, like thrips, mealybugs, aphids, leaf miners, lace bugs, mites. You know, don't ever say I never put y'all on, because I put y'all on all the time. I put y'all on to money stuff. I put y'all on to great plant stuff. Don't ever say I won't put y'all on. Okay? So that's what I'm gonna use to treat this plant, and so yeah, that's what I'm doing, and I'm still dealing with this the copper fungus on this plant. I'm gonna water it, and I'm gonna like spray it, and I'm just gonna like see what happens. Let me grab it, and then let me just give the roots a little looky over. I love how I mopped this floor like 2 days ago. The roots are really healthy, you know. So, ooh, look at this sort of rhizome situation. Cute. Yeah, it's like some copper fungus that's happening. We're not doing that here. My floor is like filthy now, and I'm kind of annoyed. Oh, but yeah, salty peaks. So these are the issues that I have been dealing with recently with my plants. It's always something or another, you know what I mean, with house plants, and that comes with the territory. You just have to learn how to treat them. You have to learn how to like care for them, and just like human beings, we might do the best that we can, to keep the vessel, the body, as healthy as we can, but shit happens, okay? Sometimes shit happens and we get sick. So, um, um, and plants do that too. Let me read the comments. Felix says, I always use a weaker mix. Different plants may have different tolerance to the treatment depending on the dose. Exactly, 100%. So I recommend that put a weaker mix and treat your plant. You're not only treating it one time, you have to treat it preferably maybe every watering or maybe every week. Treat your plant in order to like 100% get rid of it. And I would always recommend treat your plant for a month. Like, it doesn't hurt. Like, you have the product to use the product. Okay, would you rather use up your product or lose the plant? Use the product. Okay, use the product. So yes, my salty pecans, it is 9:01 right now. I don't have anything else to chit chat with you all tonight. um I'm going to hop in the shower. I'm gonna try and cool down, turn this fan on, and turn the air conditioner on, and enjoy myself, enjoy the rest of this mango margarita that is so bomb. Mm. I just keep turning it around because I've already eaten them. one thing I have been doing, one thing I started doing is the cocktail making portion of my lives. I like upload them again just for that small portion. So if you're curious to, if you've ever missed maybe like a cocktail that I've made since I think I started doing these Friday night lives in March, I'm gonna do my best to like upload them, right? I did last week's, and I think like from today on, I'm just gonna like do it forward. I'm gonna try my best to do the one from since March, but that's a lot of videos for like March, April, May, June. So 4, 8, 12, 16. That's about 16 plus videos that I'm gonna have to like chop and upload like 16 different cocktails. God damn, I made 16 cocktails? Sheesh. All right. So let me just read the last comments. Thank you, Deb. She says, have a good Friday night. Cool off. Enjoy your cocktail. Thank you for hanging and being entertaining per usual. It was my pleasure. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you, Vanessa. You also have a good one. I love you, my salty pecans. If you haven't already, please give this video a little thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, keep an eye out. Fingers crossed. Sunday, I plan to upload the HauzPlant tour. I'm only going to be showing the plants, so don't expect like to see like the house, because I gotta keep some things private. You know what I mean? Y'all seen my house many times in other videos, so if you want to know what like a certain room looked like, you'll probably have to like scavenge. But yeah, I'm gonna just go through all the plants, and there are a couple that you haven't seen. There's a lot that you haven't seen since last year's video. So I'm actually excited to share that with you all. So with that being said, I love you, my salty pecans. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you follow me on my other social media networks at HauzPlant, HauzPlant. That's on Instagram, TikTok, the tweet, or X, which is what it's now called. And I'll see you on the next one. Let's get going. I love you all. And again, enjoy your Friday nights. Cheers to the good life, okay? Let's get going. Bye. Deborah says, hit the thumbs up, y'all, and tell your friends to join us too. Gotta support our girl. Amen, Deborah. Period. Best comment. Love you. Good night, y'all. And stay cool. Stay cool. It's hot.